Peace and love, family and friends, naysayers, whomever. My name is Leon Wheeler Jr., and this is Master Making in Motion. And today's brief talk comes from Robert Greene's book, The Laws of Human Nature. I'm going to deal with subject matter number 6, the law of short-sightedness. One of the things I've come to notice in most of us, all people for the most part, is if we find ourselves fixated on a particular object or circumstances or person, if we get fixated, if we get, I guess, spellbound with it, I guess it's equivalent to like greed blinding us. You know, how we can be greedy and sometimes our thirst for a certain monetarily things or like it could be even a person, an individual, and we get fixated on it. We get locked in on them or their way of their cadence, the way they move around, the way they do what they do, or just the way they look. We get blindsided. We don't pay attention to all the possible the problems that may occur. What I'm gonna do. I'm going to talk about a situation that took place with me. I guess it was in the late '80s, early '90s. How I was conned. I was making my rounds, doing my daily chores, I guess, checking, the traps and things of that nature. And on my way home, I stopped at the gas station. I was on Clark between 4th Street and the Fisher Freeway. I stopped to get some gas, and I noticed it was evening. It was night. I'm not sure exactly what time. I said probably around 8 o'clock or something. And I pull up in the gas station, and I saw two guys by a dark vehicle. They were smoking cigarettes at the gas station, talking to each other. It was odd, but hey, this is the city. So as I was walking to the pay for my gas, I noticed that like I said, the back door was open and it had some boxes in there. I figured they probably didn't hit a lick or whatever. One of the guys had on a Highlands appliance vest. That was an old appliance store. I guess it's like equivalent to today's ABC warehouse or something like that. But anyway, so I'm going in, and as I was going in, one of the cats said, "Hey man, you interested in buying a TV? I got some TVs over here." My first thought was, nah, I better, nah, man, just keep on moving. I got shit to do. But then I thought it was close to Christmas, and I realized that I could possibly buy these TVs at a discount or ATV or whatever, and save a lot of money and give it to somebody for a gift. Well, maybe even get more for myself. I said, "Hey man, I'm gonna holler at you when I come out. Just give me a second." He said, "Okay." I went in. I came out, walked over to the car, and said, "Hey, what y'all got?" I seen two boxes of TVs in the trunk. I mean, in the back seat, and they said they had one in the trunk. And I was like, "So what you want them?" He said, we got three. We want 450 for all three of them." I'm like, "I don't need three TVs. That's overkill." I said, "I tell you what, I give you 200 for two of them. Take it or leave it." My man say, "Oh man, I can't do nothing with that, man. These TVs cost 250. I'm giving to you at about 150 a piece." He said, "I ain't gonna take 100." I said, "Well, that's my offer, man. And if you want it, you got it. If not, all is well." And I walked away. Now, at this time, my mind is totally focused on getting these TVs at the best price I could. Without a doubt, 200 was the deal that I was wanting. I'm not trying to negotiate no further. This is what it was. So I'm waiting for him to say something. He didn't. I grabbed the knob on my car door, the doorknob, and turned to say, "I tell you what, man. I give you 300 for all three of them. That's the best I can do. I knock it all off. You ain't got to go sell nothing to nobody else. I'm out. What you want to do?" He said something to his partner. They mumbled. He said, "Okay, all is well, man. Come on." Went back. They helped me load TVs in my car. I paid them and was on my way. I Now, mind you, wasn't a lot of cats with phones back then, but I was privy to one. Street cat, like I said. Uh, it's the 90s, early 90s, if probably 90 at the most. Maybe could have been 91. But I'm thinking anywhere from 89 to whatever. Anyway, so I called a friend of mine, Chris, who was supposed to be meeting me at my house. We had some business to talk about. He wanted to talk to me about something. So I called him. I said, "Yeah, I'm on my way." He said, "I'm already here, man." So I said, "Yeah, I got hit the lick, man. I see you in a minute." So when I pull up, I said Chris was already waiting on me. I jump out the ride. I said, "Man, I hit a lick, man. I just bought 3 TVs, man, for $300, man. Nice looking TVs, nice size TVs, man." He was like, "No, Breeze." That's what he called me, Breeze. He made that name up for me. And it was, I guess, short for, well, I know it was short for Cool Breeze. He was like, "No, Breeze, no, Breeze, they got you, Breeze." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Man, them ain't no TVs, man. They got you, Breeze." So I laughed it off and peeled back one of the boxes, the tops off of one of the boxes. And lo and behold, what I saw. A old, antiquated TV box. I mean, it looked like an old TV. And I knew it was old. So that was, no doubt I had been had. I had been worked, tricked, yeah, conned. And I'm like, damn, man. I didn't really feel so bad about the money. You know what I'm saying? That's the game. I developed the philosophy of the game is the game. So as you got on, they got on you. Hopefully, you was leaking, and that's what happened. If you leak, you know what I'm saying, the game is the game, and I was head. So I'm like, damn, I got $300. I hope they do something with it. I hope they feel to invest in their hustle, whatever they do, man. But fuck, now I gotta carry these bricks to the to the garbage. These TVs. Well, I didn't really realize it was really bricks at the time, but that's what they were. Bricks in the box that gave you the weight to it, in these old antiquated TV box shelves. So they had them wrapped to the T. I mean, you look like they came straight out of Highlands Appliance, and I was like, yeah, I hit a leg. So, that's that story. I take them in and to the garbage, and I was head. Now, had I took the time out and reflected, you know, I got so caught up in the glare of the things. He got 3 TVs at, pennies for the most part. TVs I know worth $250 with tax and all that. I might have been up to almost $300, 260, 270, and I'm getting it for $100. Saving about $170. Man, that's a deal of the glitter, the gold, the shine, the allure, the beautiful girl walking down the street. Got me. Focused, locked in, not thinking. And all I had to just do was just pause for a minute. Just pause. Because years earlier, this is why Chris was able to say what he said so fast. Years earlier, Chris had been had by the same trick. And the funny thing is, I came over to his house at the time when he was opening up the box and realized he had a box of bricks. And I helped him carry his boxes to the garbage. Back then, that was 2 years probably prior to my lesson being allured by something that seems to be too good to be true. And in most cases, that's the case. So, all I had to do though is just take a moment, breathe, and that's what we need to do a lot of times. And I've been guilty of that my whole life, and this is most of my problems come from, and still today, it's still today, being so haste, so quick to make a decision, when in all actuality you can, you must pause and reflect. You know, one of the things that I've heard just here lately, coming from uh, reading some of Robert's stuff, is that the greatest teacher of all times is time. Because time is going to, if you just go back and reflect, time, what it does is it reveals reality. I mean, if you just go back and look at a certain circumstance or situation, and I'm not saying govern your life based on that, but if you reflect, you can see some lessons that has already manifested in the world, and you can learn from them. And that's, if had I reflected, I could have reflected, and I could have I guess rekindle, rethought about what happened to Chris, well, about buying goods off the street and not being able to test it, to look at it, just being so overwhelmed and allured with the shiny, the glitter, and that costs. That costs. So I suggest that you pause, take some time, and that's what I'm striving to do. That's what this channel is about. That's what this whole process of going through this book is, learning different things that we can implement in our lives, that we must implement in our lives, because we have to change the course of these things. So take a moment, and before you do something in haste, and breathe, pause. And it's best if you can take two or a day or two to answer a particular question or request or something. But without a doubt, if you're in a situation that you have to do something, right away, you got to take some time. You have to reflect. You don't just answer. Take some time and reflect, and try to think about the pros and the cons, the situation, possibly what the other person may be looking to gain or whatever out of the scenario, or what would be in their benefit, what would be in your benefit. If you just take a moment to reflect, something will manifest for you to possibly make a better decision than coming straight off the cuff. So pause. If this message hit home with you, I ask that you drop a comment. Tell me how. Let me know how you're thinking, long term or short term, how you equate that in your life. Being short-sightedness. You know what I'm saying? Not taking the time. Tell me how it affects you. And if you know somebody that's always chasing, fast rewards, looking to get over quick, share it with them. I'm sure you know somebody. Maybe it can help them, maybe give them something to think about, to slow down, and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I also ask that you get my books, Code and Ethics for Up and Coming Players. It's a guidebook. It's a good book. And King and Master in the Making. You can get them at Amazon. You can get them Barnes and Noble. You can get them at Amazon. They got them on. We got it on hardback, softback, ebook, and audio book. Well worth it. Well worth it. So I leave you as I came, in peace. Be.